After Trump failed to bring Putin to any lasting agreement, the world seems to be asking a sharper question. Who, if anyone, can actually stop the Russia-Ukraine war? India's Prime Minister is often mentioned. He holds good relations with both sides, speaks the language of peace, and commands respect across blocs. But India has chosen a cautious path. No boots in the game, no binding mediation. It remains a voice of suggestion, not intervention. That leaves a vacuum, and into that vacuum steps a name few expected: Giorgia Meloni. Giorgia Meloni, Italy's Prime Minister, stands at a unique crossroads in European geopolitics. She's not a major power broker like Macron or Scholz, nor a distant observer like Spain or Portugal. Yet her position, firmly pro-Ukraine, deeply embedded in EU-NATO structures, and historically tied to Russia through business and culture, gives her a rare kind of leverage. The image of Zelensky and Putin facing off with Meloni in the middle isn't symbolic fluff. It reflects a real possibility that Italy, under Meloni, could become a diplomatic hinge in Europe's fractured response to the Ukraine war. Italy has sent military aid to Ukraine, including NASAMS air defense systems and MLRS rocket launchers. Meloni has made clear her support for Kyiv, visiting Zelensky and backing sanctions against Moscow. But unlike Poland's hawkish stance or Germany's cautious recalibration, Italy's posture is more nuanced. It's shaped by decades of energy dependence on Russian gas, joint ventures with Russian industries, and a cultural affinity that stretches back to Renaissance architects who helped build the Kremlin. Italian brands, from Fiat and Pirelli to Gucci and Ferrero, have long thrived in Russian markets. Even now, despite sanctions, the memory of those ties linger in Moscow's corridors of power. This duality gives Meloni a kind of credibility that louder voices lack. She can speak the language of deterrence without sounding like a warmonger. She can push for peace without being dismissed as naive. Italy's 2022 ceasefire proposal, though sidelined, was one of the few serious diplomatic overtures from a Western nation. It showed that Rome wasn't just following Brussels, it was thinking independently. And Meloni, with her nationalist credentials and pragmatic tone, is well positioned to revive that role. Culturally, Italy and Russia share a deep resonance. Russian audiences adore Italian opera, cinema, and fashion. Italian universities host Russian students and vice versa. These soft power channels matter. They create informal trust even when official relations are strained. Meloni can tap into that reservoir not to appease Putin, but to open doors that others can't. She's not caught between Zelensky and Putin. She's the one being asked to bridge them. Domestically, Meloni faces a public that's wary of escalation. Italians have shown skepticism toward prolonged conflict, preferring diplomacy over confrontation. This shapes her rhetoric. She doesn't need to posture like the UK or overcorrect like Germany. She can speak with restraint, and that restraint is strategic. It allows her to propose off-ramps, humanitarian corridors, and ceasefire frameworks without sounding weak. In a war defined by extremes, moderation becomes a form of power. So can Meloni end Putin's war? Not alone, but she can shift the tone. She can reintroduce diplomacy into a space dominated by weapons and ultimatums. She can act as a bridge, not between East and West, but between escalation and resolution. Her role isn't to replace the big players, it's to do what they can't. Italy's history with Russia, its cultural depth, and its middle power status give her room to maneuver. And Meloni, with her blend of firmness and flexibility, might just be the one leader who can speak to Zelensky's urgency and Putin's paranoia.